Hello everyone, and welcome to episode number 32.
Number 32.
And today is Friday 22nd of January, so we're almost at the end of January again.
It is. It's really flown by, hasn't it?
Absolutely. And tomorrow is a really special day. Somehow we've been waiting for this day for the past,
It's been months.
I don't know, maybe 6 months?
Yep.
It must be close to 6 months. We were doing the Hearns at home when we were talking about the velodrome.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's finally
Yep.
happening.
Yep.
So it's
I've
coming.
been dreaming about it. Multiple dreams, a few nightmares. Wake up in the middle of the night and sweat. But it's all good now, I think. So only one more sleep.
Absolutely. So welcome everyone. So let's give it a few seconds. Everyone is coming online. We can see a few people already. So let us know if you're ready for the velodrome. Meanwhile, we're going to show you some of our cars that are actually ready now.
They've been tested and they're good to go.
So last Saturday we did a quick test run.
Yeah, that was really
It
good.
was really good. We tried a few different cars. It was actually good fun. Surprisingly good fun.
Yes.
Scary actually.
Scary
Really
fun.
Scary fun.
Yes.
Really fast. Really fast. So let's bring out a few cars. Actually, today we're going to talk about quite a few things. Actually, we got the Vanquish there. Up there.
Yeah,
We're going to do a quick unboxing.
corner. Yep.
I'm going to talk about this big ship here that just arrived.
Yep. Scharnhorst.
Going to do some soldering on slot cars.
Yep.
Let's see if we're able to get his slot car going again.
Yep.
A bit of Hearns Workshop actually. It's back finally. We had a few new
Yes.
things to present.
Yeah, that's exciting.
And some Hornby Trains. So covering virtually everything.
Yes.
So
Jam-packed.
as usual, we have the car down here. Let us know what car that one may be or may not be.
It's a little bit obvious, but it may not be too.
But it's not by the look of it, because we're having a chat before and
Yes,
already some interesting suggestions internally.
that's right.
So let's see what happens. So cool. So let's get started with the velodrome
Velodrome.
stuff.
Yep. Okay.
So, first in line is this.
This is the little beast.
There's a beast.
Yes. So Brett's been working on this little beast. So this is the 3 Racing mini chassis, 4-wheel drive, with GT style body, like that.
Looks really, really good, this body actually.
Yes. So, and it has been tested in anger in a very long line, but in a short span, which is on a road surface, this had lots and lots of power.
Too much.
So this is going to be 3-cell.
It's going to be 3S, so 11.1 volt. So
Yep.
it's going to be a rocket.
Yes.
We managed to find some foam tires, which should give a bit more traction and probably
it's
shouldn't
not
really
four-wheel drive.
explode.
It's front-wheel drive.
Front wheel drive,
Yeah.
so even more interesting.
Oh, it'll be dragging itself around.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So let's see. So I'm not sure whether we have. I can see the chat here. Let me quickly refresh this. And so this will be really a good machine. So
For sure.
looking forward to see this one happening. And then we have our GT that we showed you the other week, last week.
So if you've seen the video that we popped up last week, or during this week actually, of our little test session, you would have seen a lot of footage of this particular thing going around. So really stable. We're going to have a few little surprises on the day, so it's going to have a bit more power.
Absolutely.
It's geared up.
Yes.
So it had lots of potential when we took it out there. It had lots more to open up. So
Definitely.
we'll see how it goes tomorrow. It's going to fly.
So we changed a couple of things from last week. So let's show this one because it's quite interesting. So we put an extra battery. So we are on 6-cell.
Yes.
So nice modification that Brad and Joe prepared last night actually. So we strapped a second battery on top here. So we got 4S and a 2S.
Yep. So the
Yeah.
regular battery just goes up to here. And you
saddle
see there's
pack.
the extra cell there, 2 cells strapped on the top. And you may not be able to see, but we've got the motors just here, the pinion. So the pinion's been pushed up as well by a few teeth, I think.
Yeah, I think we are 22 or 24 tooth pinion from 18 or so that we were last week. So definitely we're going to have a lot more speed.
So it's going definitely very, very well on 4 cells
Yes.
last time. And now with an extra 2 cells and gearing up.
It'll be excellent.
Yes.
What I have here also is our tire warmers. So as we were practicing last week, we noticed
Yes.
the first few laps are a bit scary,
Yes.
a bit slippery, specifically for you.
Yes, because I've got really hard tyres on my car.
Yeah. So what we have here are some warming belts actually. So strap them like this. You can put them around wheels.
Yeah.
This way.
So the tyre warmers are very much like the same idea as tyre warmers you see in Formula 1 and also on Grand Prix bikes as well. Whole idea is you get the rubber up to racing temperature. So because the tyres are designed for racing at high speed, they're designed to work best when they're warm. and when they're cold, they don't have the same grip. They're a little bit slippery.
Definitely.
So by putting it onto the tire warmers, or the tire warmers on, and with this particular device, you can set the actual temperature
Of all
of each different one. So you can have different temperature on the front to the back.
and left to right too, for a matter of fact, which in
Yep.
this case could be interesting because the right wheels will get hotter than the
That's
left
right.
ones.
They'll be working harder.
Yeah, working a bit harder.
Yeah.
So they'll be good. So tire warmers.
Yep.
Maybe we're gonna try them. You should probably try them on your car
Oh,
specifically.
for sure. Yeah.
This one got warm pretty quick last week.
I did. So this was pretty solid straight out. It was a little bit skatey on the first probably half lap.
Half lap, yeah.
Yeah, and then it went good.
It's pretty good after that. So
Yep.
should be good. So here we go. So we've got a 6S, couple of extra tooth and pinion.
Yep.
And should be plenty of speed.
Yep.
So
Make a big difference, I think.
should be definitely a good run. So
Yes.
tomorrow at about 12 o'clock,
Yep.
we're gonna start the event at the Velodrome in Coburg.
Yes.
So make sure you check the links on our Facebook.
Yeah,
We've
on the
got-
event
On
page.
the event page.
Yeah.
You can find all the information you need there. But 12 o'clock in the Coburg Velodrome.
Yep.
Lots of action.
Yes. Make sure you turn up. It's a free event. Bring a car.
Any cars
any
actually.
car.
So that
Doesn't
would be
matter.
important.
Yep.
The more people we have, the more interesting it's going to be.
Yes.
Um,
Because we really like to see another event happening.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you get a good response, this is probably going to be a thing that we do every few months, perhaps.
Yeah.
And could be good fun to have a run and then improve the car and come back again and go faster again.
Yeah.
So that should be really good. So jump online, follow us. We're gonna probably do a couple of live streaming throughout the day to get a bit of an update as well.
So I've got this thing ready too. So I've got the GoPro, and I'm going to try and get this mounted on the car. I'm going to try and mount it on my car. Unfortunately, my car's not here today. I've left it at home. It's having a bit of a rest. So I'm going to try and stick GoPro on a car like this. And get
Absolutely.
some on-car footage.
Definitely. So I don't think we've seen the chat, have we?
Chat is running, but you have to go. We have to be on Facebook and YouTube separately. It's active
Someone
today.
don't. Okay.
But people are responding. People are there.
Okay.
Cool. Let me see if I can get on.
So for everyone that can't get to the Velodrome, because I know we have a lot of viewers from around Australia
Yeah.
and also around the world, so tune in because we're going to do a little bit of live streaming as well. We'll probably do a few different broadcasts throughout the day, and then we'll have a lot of footage to put together, and we'll have some more during the week. So keep your eyes peeled.
I
Let's
believe
see.
Tony Gray came in and said the velodrome's from 12 till 1. Like, I believe. No, starts at 12. Racing starts from 1.
From
Yes.
1 o'clock, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Let me see if I can open the chat here.
So it's going to be really relaxed, but there's going to be some organisation involved. So Tony Gray's organising the whole event. So I guess when you turn up at 12 o'clock, well, you'll do some basic registration just so we know how to put you in classes, and then get called up and then you run together. And then there's going to be a speed run at the end of the day. So probably, I guess around 4 or 5. So the radar gun will come out just to see your top speed. So it's good to hang out for. So I think we've got the info. It's been posted on our
Event
Facebook
page.
event.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also on the RC Thunderdome Facebook page as well.
I'll see if I can get live here, guys, to check out what's happening. Let me see.
Oh,
So we're trying to
Looking
get
for
to the
the
chat
chat.
so we can actually respond it. Let me see if I can see this one. Just a second.
so we'll also raise the ride height on this a little bit because you might see a little bit of scrapage that's happening on the bottom of the chassis. So scrapage is normal, but a lot of that was created when we were going around. So a little bit more height, so it's got a bit more movement as it hits the berms. Should help that out. And also the less touching you have on the ground when you're going around the circuit,
Yes.
less chances of it slipping
Zipping
and,
away.
and spinning out.
Okay, I think we're almost there, guys.
Almost there.
Almost there.
So this is looking good. It's good. It's got a really good size. It's got a lot of weight to it, so it's going to be really stable and nice and big, easy to see, and it's got plenty of power. This is going to be really interesting because the minis, they tend to look like flying bricks.
I
when
think
they're going
so.
around.
I think so.
This one's got a more aerodynamic body on it. Most of the other minis are going to be using bigger touring car style tyres, but this one should go alright.
So it should be good. Let me see if I get into the chat on this side.
Should be fast. Looks fast.
And we should be good to go.
We have Stephen Clark from Queensland saying they're looking forward to seeing the stream from Kobe because they're up in Queensland.
Right, okay, yeah. Looking forward to sharing our fun. Hopefully it'll convince you to come down next time.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good. So, all right, I can see some of the comments here.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so this is ready.
This is
6S.
ready. Yep.
Plenty of speed. Tires are set. We've got a couple of different tires we're going to bring with us.
Yep. So Brett and Joe have spent a bit of time on this, setting it up.
Definitely. Lots of work. They changed the ride height. Last week we were running at 8 mil and it was a bit low.
Yep. Yeah. A little bit of touching.
Should be good. Should be good now. So we are about 50 millimeter off the ground.
Yes.
Should be definitely better. Bit of droop here and there.
Yep. That'll
be a good starting point. So, all right. So hopefully we see you there tomorrow. Make sure you keep an eye on our Facebook page. So we're gonna post a live throughout the day.
Yep.
Probably around lunchtime will be the first one.
Yes.
And we'll see how we go from there.
Yeah, for sure. And then if you can have a look at the video that we posted up, you'll see that we had an X-Max going around there as well. So that was a standard X-Max. How many cells do we have in that again?
8.
8 cells.
Yes.
Going at full noise. So if you've got any of those sort of Traxxas stock cars,
they're
designed to go fast.
Absolutely.
Don't need to modify it. Go straight on the track.
No. And we'll probably climb the fence if anything happens.
Yes, that's
It's got very close to the fence a few times.
Yes.
And I think will happen again tomorrow.
Yep.
So very good. Awesome.
Would you recommend no one brings their dog home?
No dogs.
No dog.
Well, yeah.
You can stay outside the fence.
That's right. Just keep everything outside the fence and take a bit of care and we should be all good.
Absolutely.
Bear in mind that some of these cars, they're going to be hitting close to 150. We may even see some do 200. So you can just imagine if there's any thing go awry. Just want to make sure that you're aware of what's going on.
Definitely. So should be good.
Yes.
All right. So ready for the velodrome, and should be fun. Cool. Let's see if anyone has any comments to let us know what you're preparing or what you're bringing tomorrow. Just pop it in the comments here. That'll be good. Okay.
We've got Hi from Keenan over in Canada again.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Welcome again. So we'll have a few trains very soon to show you. And then Hearns Workshop. So last year we did lots of work on the Hearns Workshop, our manufacturing division.
Yes, we did.
And we had a bit of a break during Christmas. We didn't have as much time to produce new things, but we are back at full swing.
Yes.
And today we have a couple of new products actually.
So yes, so there were a few things that we started doing at the end of last year. Now, we caught them off a little bit because of the busy season, but we've been able to catch up. And particularly one of the things that we wanted to do was accessories for slot car tracks. So figurines,
definitely,
pit accessories. So we've got a few samplings here at the moment. So mainly we've got the figurines to show, and then also there's this detailing part here. So you may be aware that we did some of the bolt heads. Let's see, what do we have? Bolt heads.
Got some
rivets.
Got some rivets.
Yep. So these ones here are our new Zeus connectors. So Zeus connectors were quite often used on the side of cowlings of all sorts of machinery, really. So they've got a little latch system. So you can see there the different sizes. There's 3 different sizes, and they're on the stalks. So very easy to fit. So I've got a little tutorial on YouTube. You just need to drill a hole in your model, a little bit bigger than the size of the tube or the rods that they're molded on. And then you just drop it in there and it's kept in with super glue. So just to add a bit more detail, something a bit different, more of your scratch building, something sci-fi or anything that uses Zeus connectors, this would be fantastic for your model.
Definitely. So this is one of the detailing, and then we have, as BJ was suggesting, some of the figures for the slot cars.
Yes.
So that's a very interesting market too, actually.
That's right. So slot cars is really very popular again. It's hit another peak in popularity. There's a lot of people setting up fixed tracks in their home. Yes. And doing a fixed track into a diorama setting all around it. So buildings and of course figures. So figures add a lot of character to a layout. And we've got some of these figures here that work perfectly. So we've already got some figures and they're available in 30-second scale that'll suit slot cars. They're already on the website. And these are new ones that we're going to add to the range. So
obviously we had to have a photographer. So if you have a slot car set, you must have a photographer taking photos in the pits. And that's the guy here. Here we go.
So it's got his standing prone pose there with his big camera. It's got a big SLR camera.
Definitely. So that would be a good addition. Mind you, that this will be 32nd, but also different scales. So we'll have this in probably 35th scale as well, and and a few other scales.
And probably 24 scale.
24 scale. Actually, 24 scale will be really good for car dioramas.
That's right. Yes.
So then, obviously, we couldn't stay without a mechanic. So this guy's doing a tire change.
Yep.
And he will be available in 3 different variations with the helmet.
Yep.
And with the headphones,
yep.
and without as well. So there'll be
yep.
a few different variations of him. So it'll be good to have. And then we have a guy with a pass here. You can see typical going through the pits.
Yeah.
So just a general spectator with a pass. And then we have a really special photographer here. It's a lady photographer. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so just squatting down to get a better low angle.
Bit of a special figure,
yep.
this one. And so these are the 4 new ones that we have. Yep. They'll be probably online within next week or so. And there'll be other, I think 4 or 5 that we have pretty much ready to go as well. So there'll be big selection of 1/32nd scale figures for your slot car.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. And so there's also, we're working on the there's a pit accessory
set.
Yes,
That's right.
So that's got it's got a big trolley jack,
car battery.
Yep.
Some spray cans, some oil canisters.
It's got some witcher sets.
Yeah. And a bit of a selection of a few other things that I can remember, like a toolbox from memory.
Yeah. So it'll be a
plate.
A selection, a plate with a whole variety of things on it. So you can add them anywhere you like, really, on your slot car set, just to add a bit of interest. And then recently I've been doing the tutorials about how to paint the figures too. So figures really aren't that difficult to paint. So I've got the tutorial on the scale 75, the basic colours. So just to show you how to use a few simple colours, and you can paint pretty much anything you like. So we've got 2 installments up there already.
Yep.
And then there'll be a third coming out later to complete it.
Absolutely. So within these 3 or 4 installments, you'll be able to completely paint a figure from the skin tones, which is really important to give a nice realistic expression.
Yep.
All the way to clothes
clothing,
and everything else, shoes and stuff. So check out the YouTube channel. You see quite a few tutorials. So we've deployed in recent days, and I can get me here.
And we're still working on some other projects too. Some
very
projects, which we're really
interesting
excited about.
project that is coming really close now to be announced. We actually got probably the final prototype today.
Yes.
And it's looking very promising. So hopefully we can announce something in the next week or so of this little model, really.
Yes.
So as you talk about slot cars, we actually received quite a few slot cars.
We did.
So let's grab them across.
How are we going with the guessing on the car at the front here?
That's a good point. Is there any guessing yet?
Not looking like it yet.
No?
No guessing yet.
Oh, really? Oh, I would have been.
All right, so let's see if anyone, before we move to the slot cars, can start guessing what this car may be or may not be.
Well, the maker should be reasonably easy. And then which model and which sponsorship, which should be easy too.
All right, I think it's done already.
What?
Ian just came online about 12 seconds ago and he already got the car.
Really?
So Ian is suggesting it may be a Porsche 917, and Tony is confirming that he's a Porsche. So definitely is a Porsche.
All right, very good. Okay, so yes, Porsche 917.
All right, let's carry on with this slot cars and we'll get a bit more.
Easy. Yeah.
Absolutely. So
okay, so what have we got here? We've got 6 new slot cars.
So these are still from the 2020 range.
Yep.
So as we talked last week, we show you some of the 2021 range, but we're still receiving some of the 2020 releases. So every year, Scalextric is releasing, I don't know, 30 or 40 cars, maybe 50, and they come through in small drops of 3 to 5 every couple of months. And this is the last drop for, I think, 2020, perhaps.
It's good. There's some nice ones there.
Some really good ones. So, what do we have here? Where do we start?
Well, I guess we'll grab this one. This is a Ford Mustang.
Let's see if we can jump on this side here.
There you go. So Ford Mustang Boss.
There we go. Usual characteristic is the left-hand drive with all the details of the driver, interior details, which is quite
classic
nice.
American muscle car.
Absolutely. So Boss 302. It's got racing numbers and everything. As always, really well done.
So it's sponsored by Kona Coffee, so it's got the coffee colour.
Okay, so it should be a bit better like this, hopefully.
Yep, looks good.
And yeah, so for Mustang, that's the first new release in orange. It's kind of nice little orange. Cool. What's next? The Beetle? Is that a Beatles?
Well, that's a combi.
It's combi.
This is a DC Superheroes combi.
Oh, Superheroes combi. And here we go. So this is quite common. They've done a few this year from memory with different liveries.
Combis are really popular, aren't they?
And they are very popular. Once again, that's quite nice with all the interior details. You can see through the mirror, through the windows here. It's got quite nice finishing in silverish chrome around the window panels and the bumper as well.
Yep.
There you go. That's pretty unique, I have to say. I haven't seen something like this much before.
The graphics are really clean.
You got nice Superman in front here.
Some of these graphics would be painted on, wouldn't they?
They look like they're
Look
almost a digital transfer.
I think these are probably tampo printed.
Yeah.
Yep.
So here we go.
Very smooth.
And then moving forward, what do we have?
We've got this Mercedes AMG. So GT3.
Alright, modern. We're going back to something a bit more modern. GT3 Mercedes. Again,
Well, I really like the flow of the colour scheme on this.
definitely going from a light kind of white grey all the way to virtually black.
Yeah. It's actually really fine flames. Super
Yes.
fine flames.
Again, they have the same type of technique in making the flames as the van, which are probably
Yeah, super
somewhat
clean.
painted.
Yep.
You can't feel anything. They're not
No, that's
decals. It's nice, definitely nice effect, really.
Yep.
Here we
I always
go.
like the shape of the GT3.
Definitely very aggressive. Mercedes AMG GT3.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then we move to something a bit older again.
Something more classical. So there's a Tyrrell with Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart, yeah, absolutely. And here we go. So go back to Formula Ones. Definitely different beast to drive in this lockout truck. Really wide at the rear, big wheels.
Yes.
So this should handle quite well, actually.
Really
Quite
nice engine detail.
And yes,
You see all the
this-
trumpets on the top there, all the gearbox detail.
that was the driver.
Yeah, the old F1 cars have quite a bit of charm to them. And you see all the semi-trailing arms going up to the rear arms. Just those chrome rods. Really nice.
There we go. Right, so then we have
Something a bit more colourful. You got this Dodge,
Dodge Challenger green. That's a classic.
What do you call that green? It's not quite fluoro.
Is that lime green?
It's sort of. Yeah.
Bit of a limey, fluoro. Definitely,
It's a
definitely nice
hybrid
color.
sort of thing, isn't it? It really stands out.
So number 76. Who was number 76? We don't know.
76. Why does that ring a bell? Or am I thinking 46?
Same posy.
Oh no, definitely don't
Don't
know
know.
him.
Don't know this guy. Anyway, really nice looking car. And last one,
That's one. Got another GT3.
another GT3, different livery.
Yep.
So
It's really nice how this is printed too. The gentle,
yes, down here you
Um,
can see.
the graduation from the green to the yellow.
Yeah.
It's
very
actually,
nice.
what is it? Like a hex pattern,
Yes, that's a hex or
sort of,
sort of
like a
almost
grid type of thing.
like a snake skin type
Yeah.
effect, really. Here we go. Nice
Really cool.
selection. So there's a bit of everything. Something for everyone. Something new. Something a bit more classic. For these 6 new releases from Scalextric. So really
That's
nice
good.
to have a bit of restock. We haven't had many.
No, it's
for
been a
some
while.
time.
Yeah,
So
it's been on and off, hasn't it?
good to see some of those. All right. I'll see if there is any comments on the chat here. Jump from one to the other.
Yep. Questions.
76 is Yes Gas Station. Here we go.
Oh,
It's a sponsor.
there you go.
I believe, yes, there is a gas station, but Sam Posey is number 76 driver of the Challenger according
Right.
to online listings.
There you
Good.
go.
All right. So now we're going to try to fix this lockout.
No, we're not going to try. We're going to fix it.
We're gonna fix them.
No trying here.
No trying. So we're going to fix
No,
them.
no.
All right. Let me set this up.
All right. So we've got
So-
some bits and pieces. So Nick's got a car that's in a few bits.
Okay.
And it needs a motor change, I think.
Absolutely. So that's the motor.
Okay.
A few screws up here.
Yep.
Screwdriver.
Yep.
So there we go. That's it really. One more screw, but should be fine.
Yep. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to need a soldering iron.
Use soldering iron. Yep.
Okay, so I think we've already taken the screws out, so it's a bit easier to come apart. And then
You grab this one.
I'll grab this one. It's getting a bit tangled. There we go. Okay, so we've got the hot bit here.
Okay.
All right, how about I put the hot bit over here, so you can sort of see it there.
Bit of solder.
And then you got your controller. So where the soldering iron is here. We've got the controller for the soldering iron here, and then it's in the little holder.
So as BJ suggested, we already opened this one. Let's see if we go on the side camera here.
Yep.
So there's 6 screws for this one, because there's 2 at the front, 2 at the rear, and 2 in the middle here to hold the interiors.
Yep.
So simply pop it open.
Yep.
So we've done a couple of videos on this one. This is actually a really good process that you should do every now and then to actually clean the car.
Yeah, because they get a
often-
bit of lint and stuff caught in them.
Yeah, you find lots of dirt
Yep.
in here. In this case, we have the motor that's not running anymore, so it's not producing any movement or whatsoever. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the motor, unsolder it, and put a new one in, and we should be in business.
Sure.
So let's turn the soldering iron on for a start.
Okay, so we're just going to wait for the soldering iron to get hot.
To get hot.
Yep.
Now jump quickly here. What we have also is a train controller.
Yep.
Which we use to test the motor and the car once it's finished. So if you don't have a track ready to go, if you're in a studio like we are, you can simply put use a train controller or any sort of power really that gives.
Yeah. So this sort of makes sense because that's 12 volts.
Yeah.
So it's the same voltage that the sidecar is going to be using anyway. And because we've got a adjustability on the rear stat, you can control it. So the car, you can control it at low speeds up to high speeds too.
Definitely. So meanwhile, let's open up the motor. So this is a genuine Scalextric replacement motor.
Yep.
Okay.
Here's one of the very slim motors.
These are skinny motor, yeah, definitely. So what we can do, we can hold it and have a quick test run on the motor.
Oh yeah.
So we make sure that actually runs before we do all this work.
So you see this motor here. I'm not sure if you see there, but on the end it's got a marking. So one red. So the red one should be the positive. But
So
with
for the
these
sign
electric
here.
motors, it doesn't really matter which way you do it. Yep. You can touch it either way because it's a DC motor.
Come
on.
Oh, here we go.
Bit more.
Alright, cool. So
Oh, there you go. You can hear it buzzing.
Here we go. So that's definitely functioning.
So that's working well.
So we know the motor is good. So what we're going to do, we're going to pop this off, and it's just a matter of popping it off like this.
Yeah, it's just held in with a couple of clips.
Yeah. What we're going to have to do now, slowly trying to desolder.
Okay, so it looks like it's got the
there's
a capacitor in there as well. So
hopefully, let me see if we can go in the camera so people can see me. There we go.
oh, we've got some zoom actioning.
Okay.
Yep.
Actually, do you want to grab the tweezers?
Yep. We'll use these.
Got ends.
We're going to use our specialty tweezers here. All right. So let me just grab this here and pull it out. Let's see what I'm doing. Here we go.
It's probably locked in. Here we go.
There we go. So that's out.
That's the next one.
I guess in the meantime, what you guys
And
are
that's
doing
out.
that.
Done. So motor is out. Right here.
Yep.
Cool. Motor is out. So let's park this one here. Now we're going to try to put a new one in.
Okay, so you just have to pay attention to which colour wire is going where. So that's a black on that side. So that's black on that side, and that's a red.
Okay. So let's
Alright,
see if we can slot this in again.
We've got our motor there. You see the red marking on the end there. So what are we doing? We're doing red on this side. So we'll do red on that side. Let me just hold it in place with this.
We're going to put a solder.
Solder just under there. So let me just Okay, so it's ready to go.
Here we go. Should be down on one side. Now we need to slowly
Just
insert
pop that
the
into
other
the other side.
part there. That's good.
Okay.
Always watch your fingers when you do this. It's a bit hot. That's it. And the second one should be done too. So,
All right, so he's in. So that wasn't hard at all. It's only taken a few minutes just to take the wires off
there you go. So as you
and
can
then
see,
solder in the new
they
motor.
solder up. So what we're going to do now is pop the motor back in. Here we go. Click.
Yep.
That's ready to go. So let's pop the soldering iron away so we
Yep.
don't get burned, and we do a quick test.
Sure.
There you go. Pop this on here.
Okay, so we just solder on the wires on these ends here.
So what we can do now is trying to power.
So we've got the pickups on the bottom here, and I guess we just put the power on the pickups. All right, so you can see the lights are going on.
Yep.
Yep, the lights are working.
Put a bit more power here. We'll boost straight to the motor here.
Oh, there he
Okay.
goes.
You might not be able to see it, but I'll hear it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I got
yeah.
my hands in front.
That's
All right.
okay.
How about
Let's
that?
try again.
See what you're doing? Off he goes.
All right. So success.
All right, good stuff.
Okay. So as you see, playing with slot cars is actually not that difficult. We probably need to clean the front brushes here.
Yep.
What's happening next is you put your body back on once you test it all works, and a few screws under here.
Yep.
And
That's
we
ready to
should be
roll.
good to go. So turn this off, and that was a successful quick motor change.
Yep.
Less than
So
5 minutes.
That's it.
And as you see, like we showed with the car last week for suspensions, even for slot cars maintenance is very easy. You just need to commit to spend a few minutes,
Yep.
and your experience in driving either a car or a slot car will improve dramatically
Yes.
in this case. So
Yes.
very good.
All right.
So we can practice
Good
here.
stuff.
Quick, Keenan brought up a good point about soldering. He
Yes.
says he works, he solders on his HO locomotives,
Yes.
and he uses flux.
Yes.
In this case, flux isn't necessary, I'm guessing, or does it help at all? In this
It's
case?
not necessary here because we're using a resin called solder, so that's got the flux in it already. Because we're doing very quick joins, that's all you need for quick electrical joints, because the flux, just enough flux is there to help clean and also flow for the solder.
solder.
Yeah, so I guess flux is really useful when you're doing large areas. I guess a lot of people doing photo etching of actual locomotives.
Definitely.
So you lay the flux down so it can actually flow within the
down.
line. Yeah. So yeah, very rarely we use flux.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but very good question.
Hmm.
Okay, so next we're going to talk about trains, obviously. We
Trains, yes.
Transition to trains.
We've got some new ones here.
Same as for Scalextric, we received some Hornby trains, part of the last year releases.
Yep. So really nice, quite large steam locos.
Steam locomotives, yeah.
Yep.
So let's see if some of our train experts can give us some information on what we have here. So there we go. That's a 430 type locomotives. So
4.6.
4.6 actually, yeah, 4.60 type locomotive.
Yeah.
And the Kilverstone Hall, which is
This one here.
Yeah, B17 class type locomotive, which is just arrived in. LNR kind of livery, very nice steam locomotive. So that's with a tender.
Yep.
And then we have this one here in black. Let me see. Let me bring this up. Okay.
So all these locomotives are around the 1920s vintage.
Yeah. That's a 260 actually. So there's only two wheels driving at the front buggy.
Yep.
They've got the 6 wheels in the middle here.
Yep.
And then
British
there's
Railway livery.
livery. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. And then lastly we have this one here.
What's that one?
Sorry, bring this up.
It's K1.
It's a K1 King William 4th, and it's a 460 once again. Very nice locomotive by Hornby. None of those are weathered, so they're plain and clean.
Yes.
Which means that you can actually prepare them yourself if you're keen doing some airbrushing and
It's a very
a bit of
popular thing
weathering.
to do now.
Absolutely it is, yeah. So we've done a few tutorials. I think from memory, Carl did a few tutorials last year on weathering locomotives, and they come up really, really nice, really.
Because you imagine with these, I mean, they're burning a lot of coal, a lot of exhaust coming out, a lot of smoke, and so very rarely were they very clean.
It's actually, the question is L and ER specifically, this one here.
Yep.
Let me see, actually, I'll pop on the side.
Get a better view of them.
See, so I'll pop this around here, see if you can see a bit better. So that's L and ER.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not very much of a train purist, but when you look at these, it's amazing how fine the details are. You look at the finer, the plumbing detail along the side of the
Absolutely, down
of
here.
the tank.
Yep. All the
And
valves.
then, that's right. The
Very
running gear, it's all very impressive.
All the running gears, as BJ suggesting here, they do move once the locomotive is running. They actually move. It's quite nice actually to see them in action. And here we go.
This one's really interesting because it's got a similar shape to the first one we looked at, although the locomotive length is different.
Yes.
So this one's got a shorter locomotive, like the tank part of it's shorter, but it uses a lot of the common shapes. So
Yes, definitely.
it's probably come from the same, I guess, engine manufacturer.
Yeah.
But it's being used by two different rail lines.
Definitely.
So the tender's longer on this one, tender is shorter on the other one.
As you see here, there's quite a lot of detail in here, different again.
Yep. The chassis is different too,
There's
actually.
chassis difference, yeah. Definitely different wheel configuration. So there's a 260. And then lastly, let's put this on the side. We've got this one. This is actually quite considerably different shape, different design. This square part up here.
The funnel's really interesting. It's got the copper-coloured funnel. It's got that twin outlet there.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Twin out up here. But the detail again, as you can see, what nice plumbing here.
Yep.
And it's got again 4 wheels at the front and 3 in the middle. And as you can see, even down here, there's quite a lot of detail, more plumbing, more detailing. Very good. So quite nice releases from Hornby. They were very much needed. We haven't had a delivery from Hornby in some time. It was probably
that's right.
in November last time we
Yes.
saw something. It was good to see something
Yes.
new arriving.
I guess getting things out of Europe, but particularly out of England, has been
Very
challenging, isn't
yeah.
it?
Definitely. A product like Pico, the manufacturer of a railway truck,
Yes.
that's has been very challenging. There's not very much in stock, unfortunately. We know deliveries are coming, but they're quite limited. So bear with us. It's a bit of a shortage worldwide. Nothing can be done, really.
No.
Just need to
But
be
it's all
patient.
still coming out, and the things
Absolutely.
that are coming out are really quite
Definitely.
amazing.
Absolutely. So good. All right, let's pop this aside here.
While you guys are doing that, just got another
Yes.
mention from Keenan. He said the line across the length of the boiler is a handrail, not plumbing.
Isn't it? Oh, there you
Well,
go. See, I said I didn't know much about trains.
I thought this one here, this one was actually a little piping system. So this
Oh, that
has
one
got the
probably is.
rail, and there's a bit of pipe, but yeah,
There you go.
here we go.
Something to hold on to. Learn something new every day.
Exactly. Very gorgeous trains myself from what I saw in person. I love them.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah,
Definitely.
I like all the steam locos.
Okay, so
Alright, so let's pop these back
from
as well.
some, we're gonna move from some little trains
Yep,
to a big ship.
big ship.
This one.
That's a big ship. So, a Trumpeter have been bringing out quite a few interesting big ships lately. I mean, the last one we looked at was a Titanic.
Yeah.
They opened it up fully.
Yeah.
And then, what else was there? There was a
Was that Enterprise last week?
Was
a
it
couple of weeks
Enterprise?
ago? Or the Bismarck?
the Bismarck. There was
Bismarck,
a big Bismarck. Yep. I think there was an aircraft carrier as well. I forget now. But the Scharnhorst has just been released. So the Scharnhorst hasn't been done before on this scale. It's really quite massive. Don't
see
know if
this-
a lot of people know about the Scharnhorst. So the Scharnhorst was one of the earlier battleships. It participated in the invasion of Norway. So it first got I think, commissioned to be built in 1935.
Yeah.
Got launched in 36, and then it finally got finished in, I think, 39. And then from 1939, it was covering much of the Atlantic. It sunk quite a lot of Allied ships, merchant vessels and such. And then it was finally sunk in 1943. And it was sunk by, I can't remember, what was it? By the Duke of York. So it was, it's quite a large battleship, a very successful battleship.
And it's
And there you
really
can
big,
imagine,
really.
yep, the size of it. I don't know, should we do? Just have a quick look
Draw
at
the
it?
hole, perhaps, just to give an
Just-
impression of the size.
We'll probably do a better, a more detailed open box a bit
At some
later.
point, yeah, we'll do a video probably. But as you see,
So yeah, so we'll just pull out the hole, which will be in here somewhere.
yeah,
This will give you an idea.
of the size, it's actually a huge
So this
mold.
is basically, this is the length of the box.
Let's see if it fit in the camera.
Of the beam. Yeah, I'm trying to get
There we
it
go. You're in.
all in there.
This
And that's a pretty decent size.
This is gigantic.
Yeah,
How many cans of paints do you need to spray the hole?
probably more than one. A lot.
A lot,
I
I think
reckon.
so. Need a bigger hairbrush.
Yes, I think. Look, if you get into something like this, I think airbrush is the way to
It's
go.
going to have to be the way to go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean,
So-
you get an airbrush, you'll be able to do the really nice weathering. You'll be able to
Yes.
do individual panel type wear.
Yeah.
It'll just add so much more to an otherwise quite bland looking large hull.
Yes.
Yeah, good. So it'll have a lot of photo etch in it as well. We'll get into this another day, I think,
Yeah,
because
there's a big.
there's too much to
big
go
unboxing.
through on live,
Definitely.
and it'll give you the opportunity to actually pause certain areas if we do an open box and see the finer detail. That's really nice. Scharnhorst only turned up a couple of days ago.
There we go.
Yes.
Actually, I believe, wasn't it your review of the Trumpeter Titanic that convinced Keenan to buy it locally up in Canada?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yes.
Yes. Actually, has Keenan finished his Titanic? If he's finished it, I'd like to see some photos of it. And if you have been able to add some extra LEDs, I'll have to see how you've done that too on the lower part of the hull.
Definitely
Absolutely.
on our Facebook. Send
sure.
it to us on there.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you want to talk about these Gundams?
Oh, well, we've already seen that
We've
one.
already seen that one,
Yeah,
didn't we?
so that's the Master Grade Extreme.
Yes, that's right.
So we've done an unboxing of that one too, if you want to see some more detail on that
On
one. But that's
the
very
website.
special.
Absolutely.
So we got that a little while ago. That was really anticipated for the 2020 release.
Absolutely.
Finally got it in. It's got really nice LEDs and
Beautiful.
a full base. And
It's green, red,
yeah, it goes through
quite a
the
few
different.
different colours actually. Got a base and all that.
Yes, very nice.
So, okay, good. So, finally,
Yes.
we're going to get to our VQS, I think.
Yes.
That's the time that everyone has been waiting for.
So
Some.
this is the VQS.
Yeah. Cool, we're back. So, something happened.
We thought we were off. We may have been on, but
So-
we're definitely back on now, right?
Definitely back on.
Okay, that's
Ah,
good.
Watch live video, so I'm going to watch it here. So you can see. See, there's you hiding behind the box there.
Oh, excellent.
Cool. All right, so everyone, so VQS.
Yes.
Long waited. We've been waiting for this
Yes,
for a long time.
yes.
We thought it was going to come in before Christmas, but obviously
Yes.
didn't.
Yes. No, so I had a
it's
few
in store
delays.
now. Yeah.
Yes. So it was the first time this has ever been re-released. So this first came out as the Vanquish.
Yeah.
So the Vanquish is part of the Avanti family of four-wheel drive cars. So this is a series that came out after the Hot Shot and the Super Hot Shot. And this is the one before the Manta Ray and the Top Force type cars. So this had I guess the Avanti came out and it was quite groundbreaking because it had a really complicated suspension.
Yep.
It had individual aluminium ball ends, threaded rods to complete them, probably 10 or so parts per arm. So
Wow.
it was interesting because theoretically you should be able to adjust each arm to the angles you want, but in reality it's a bit too complicated for most people. So the Vanquish is the simplified version of the Avanti in that a lot of the components have been changed over to plastic. So plastic parts aren't bad. It's cheaper to produce, and then the main reason is it's much more reliable. Because basically the chassis itself would be two parts of fiberglass,
Yeah.
and then you had all these different bits in between. But with this one, the chassis is all in one tub.
Yeah.
So I think we'll have a quick look inside. We do have a full review on YouTube already, so if you want to see it in detail. So I'll just quickly go through the bits that I think are the main differences.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll pop this over here.
First of all,
Yep, the body.
the body's pre-painted black.
Yes, pre-painted and masked. So the original body was all clear, so you would have had to paint and then cut it out. So that's a different part there.
So the wing is also Lexan and black.
Yes.
In this case, it's a big wing actually.
Yes.
A bit of a longer wing.
Yep.
So all pre-painted black.
Yep. It's got an electronic speed controller. So most of the cars come with this, but not all. So it's a good thing that this one comes with it as well. So this is designed to run the included Mabuchi 540 brush motor, but you can also run
the
brushless on it as well. And it's also LiFo ready. So that's that. Other main differences are, I guess, a lot of these bits. So they're all plastic.
Yes.
Rather than fiberglass or aluminium. So got bumper bits there. Let me just dig out. Maybe I'll just do it here. So just these parts here. So that's the rear suspension arm, and that would have been in multi-pieces in aluminium and threaded rods.
Yeah.
So that's all been molded in plastic now. Other benefit of the plastic is it's much lighter.
Definitely.
So the overall handling, I think, would be superior when you talk about weight to power ratio.
Probably the flexibility may help a bit too in this case, because the plastic is got different flex.
Yep.
Probably be more flexible than fiberglass, I guess.
Yes.
That could be useful.
So just here you might be able to see the gearbox casing. So that's the front one, very, very narrow. So that was one of the characteristics of the Avanti type car. So really, really narrow gearboxes, very low profile. So the next obvious thing is the chassis. So just go back here. Okay, so this is the chassis. So
One piece chassis.
Yep. So famous Tamiya slide molding.
Yeah.
So to get all these complex shapes out of one molding would take a very sophisticated mold. So Tamiya were top of their game.
Yeah.
They made the cleanest molds, no flash at all. So this is actually the bottom of the chassis here. It's got a tub where the battery mounts from the bottom, and then you've got a sliding cover, a bit like on a Hornet. And then the rest of the four-wheel drive system goes down the center. So that's a major difference. And then I think it might be a bit hard to look in, but inside the box here, the other differences are the front uprights have been upgraded to an aluminium. So just here, whoops. So these uprights here, so they're aluminium on this, which first came out on the re-released Avanti.
Yep.
And then the other thing too is the universal joints have been carried over as well. So a standard sort of modern CVD rather than old style universal.
Definitely.
And I think that's pretty much the major differences. So there are quite a few differences from the original car. It's definitely a good car to get. The Avanti, the problem with Avanti is if you don't build it properly with the Loctite in the right spots, it tends to come apart by itself.
Yeah.
This one, it'll be a very straightforward build, goes together, drives very well. Yeah, all in all, I think for a using machine,
That's
this is
probably
better
really
than
good.
Avanti.
Definitely. So
If you want something that looks very bling, looks impressive on the shelf, then the Avanti is the way to go.
probably the egress as well. The egress was very, very nice.
Yes, the egress, yes. So the egress used quite a few components
From this.
here.
Yeah.
So it had the solid molded suspension arms, and then they added on the carbon fiber, and then also the titanium screws to that one. But when you consider that a VQS is about half the price of an Avanti,
Definitely.
and much less than an egress, which is very hard to come by now, it's a good value too for a four-wheel drive kit. So it's going to be a bit more expensive than say a hotshot range,
Definitely.
but the sophistication is much higher.
Yeah. So I hear there's some clubs trying to start a vintage class here in Melbourne too. So
Yes.
if that's the case, this could be a really good little
I think
racing
so.
machine
Yep, definitely.
for the four-wheel drive class.
Yep.
So, and here's your Vanquish VQS.
Yep, VQS.
There's a nice video on YouTube already actually with a full unboxing, detailed unboxing.
Yes.
So jump there if you have a second and have a look at it. And I think that's pretty much it for today. Nick was asking about plastic kits.
Yep.
We actually received some Airfix in the vintage range from
Yeah, we
memory.
did.
The 124 scale
Yes.
was kind of a re-release, isn't it?
Yes. So they had been around for a bit, and then they stopped producing them. So there's the 124th Spitfire Mark 1,
Yeah.
the Hurricane Mark 1, and then there's the Messerschmitt Bf 109E.
Yes.
Yep. So all those three are back now.
Right. So
Yeah.
they were produced many years back, and
Yes.
they've been represented with the vintage range boxing. Which
That's
is quite
right.
nice. So
Yeah, and so actually we've got a lot of the 24 scales in stock
In
at the
stock
moment.
now,
So
yeah.
we've also got the Typhoon?
the big typhoon. Yeah.
Yeah. The car door type one. And then also their newer Hellcat. They just came back in stock as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
good, very good. So There's a little bit to choose from, which is nice, and we may present some of those next week.
Yes.
We'll bring them out. So I think we're quite we had quite a full day today. So Nick, pop back next week. There may be a few other things arriving as well. Meanwhile,
Yep.
we'll have a few kits for you next week.
How we go with the car? Did we get the sponsorship for the car? Should be sort of.
I think we had the name for sure. Not sure about the sponsorship. Let's see if someone is around for that.
I did see someone say that they thought it was a Golf.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it then.
Golf is
Golf is the
classic.
winner.
Golf, blue and orange. That's correct.
That's it. So let's get the mechanic away and we can have a quick look at this one. So
Yep.
still part of the 118 scale range from BBR. This is a limited edition, but they've done quite a few more. This is 101 of 290. So still very limited, not as limited as some of the other ones that we have presented last week. There were, I think, 1 in 24.
Yes, that's right.
Very, very limited. So there's quite a few more. But the detailing is, as usual, quite nice.
Engine is really good.
The engine detail is really nice.
Yep.
So
the racing ones are quite interesting. In the bases are a racing asphalt type base. So is that the starting line?
yes, that's true. Yeah, that's the starting line. But as you can see, going from the front, the rear, really clear headlights.
Yep.
You can see quite transparent here. So very, very nice. Very thin plastic to keep
Yes.
that kind of realistic looking.
Yep.
All the spoilers.
Yep.
The
So they're
venting.
really thin too.
Very, very thin. Yeah, absolutely. Then as you move along, you see all the interiors. Got a red seats with a, here we go, probably you can see from here with seat belts
Yep.
in there.
So you can see all the chunky buttons that are inside too. All the big buttons. So the driver had a way of changing all these settings very easily.
Yeah, so if you can see on this side here, there's some big knobs there, and that are all the things that the driver could adjust. There is also a fire extinguisher, which I don't think we'll be able to show from here. There is a fire extinguisher, and as you move towards the back, you see the engine detail again through the clear plastic.
So the engine cover is really impressive because you may not be able to see, but it's actually perforated with the air cooling holes. So they're slotted on the sides, and they've got this really fine gold finish on them.
Finishing, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so I'm not too sure what that was for. It may have been some sort of reinforcing or such, but
perhaps
yeah.
different material, or
Yeah.
even for heat resistance, perhaps.
Yes.
So you got all the venting on the side here too.
Yep.
And and as we move towards the back, you got your spoiler with the this way, which is fully adjustable, so the driver could adjust the position of the rear spoiler wings. I
Yeah,
believe.
just to, I guess they're like, what do you call them, like on an aircraft?
Yes.
Trim
The
adjustments.
flap, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So, and here it is, 118 scale Porsche 917 Golf
Yep,
by BBR.
very nice.
Very nice model
Yep.
indeed. So, very good. All right, so we're almost at the end again.
Yep.
It's almost 3 p.m. on Friday. So let's see if
Yes.
there's any other questions. Otherwise, we will move towards preparing for the velodrome. We've got a bit of packing to do here.
That's right.
So we're going to transfer some of the studio across to the velodrome tomorrow, so we
Yep.
can do another couple of lives there. So
It's going to be good.
it's going to be really good. Is there any question there, Matt?
Not seeing anything from the entire chat, but I was going to ask a question is there any other more Hearns Workshop pieces that we might be able to tell, or?
Probably not yet.
Oh, it's a bit too secret at the moment.
Very secretive. Very
So
secretive.
Keep your eyes open. We'll be letting you know as soon as we get things
Some
closer.
Really nice one actually being prepared
Yep.
by
Big
Warwick.
project.
Big project. So it'll be quite nice. So maybe presented in the next week or two. But definitely keep an eye on the Facebook and give us some comments if you have any requests, any suggestions on little figures and products we can do. That'd be really good as
Yep,
we are
definitely.
back in swing of things. So a lot more stuff coming. So at this point, hopefully we see you tomorrow at the velodrome
That's
or
right.
at the live from the velodrome.
Yes.
Either or. We're not sure yet on the time of the live. We'll be around lunchtime, we believe,
I
12
would
ish.
say so, yes. Yeah.
So you
I
get a
think we'll get set
notification on
up.
Facebook. Yeah,
Wait until there's a little bit of action.
that's
Have a look
right.
at a few different people's cars.
And then we're gonna stream from there. So you enjoy your weekend for now, and we
Yes.
shall see you tomorrow, and then next Friday at 2 p.m. for the live from Hearns Hobbies.
That's right.
So
All right.
have a good
Thanks for
weekend.
joining